Pete Hegseth was, excuse me, according to, what's that guy's name? Aaron Rupar. Aaron Rupar. According to Aaron Rupar, who I guess grew up with him, or not grew up with him, but grew up in the same hometown as Pete in the suburbs, knowing that Pete went to Princeton. Here is Aaron Rupar. Pete Hegseth, bemoaning the fact that folks would actually be conscious of their identity, particularly if it was not white in America. Here he is.
Yeah, incredibly well said by the general. What makes America special is that we're an idea. We're a bunch of people with different backgrounds, different skin colors, different orientations, and we all say we're all in for the Declaration and the Constitution, this set of principles that we can be free people that govern ourselves.
I hate to be one of those pedantic guys who talks about history, but at the time that the Declaration and the Constitution were signed, we weren't exactly all, we weren't all in on this. It was an idea, but the idea that, all of us, didn't matter what color you were, all there at the signing of the Declaration and the Constitution, he may want to just revisit a history book, but continue.
That's it. That's the social contract of America. If you start to say, no, I'm black, I'm white, I'm this, I'm that, I'm this grievance, I'm that grievance, I'm this identity, that identity first, it all starts to break down because you're not looking at the center of the set of ideas that you shared together.
Americans first, as he said, we've all got the same patch on our shoulder.
Which is where America first comes from. But now you have in universities and high schools, you're telling kids to focus on their background, even.
All right, so there he's concerned that apparently in these schools, these colleges, that people are being told to focus on their background because it takes them away from the central idea of America, which we were all apparently in on at the founding of the country. Now, what's funny about Pete Hegseth is this whole idea of identity. Do we have anything to just let's just go back, take a little trip down memory lane where Pete Hegseth, who's completely devoid of any identity, which of course is somewhat easier to do when you're white and the dominant force in society is not reminding you that you're not white via government policy or, depending on any given day, maybe just the way that you move through society. But here's Pete Hegseth, never to think about his origins.
And here now with my genealogy results is the host of PBS's Genealogy Roadshow, Joshua Taylor. I'm both excited and mortified.
Totally.
Don't be mortified. There's all sorts of things out there. To start your family, we actually work with the 1940 census, which is a great place for anybody out there to start researching their family. And we found your grandparents living in Minnesota.
Yep.
I can tell you
Where'd you find that document?
That document is online in multiple places. So you can use commercial sites like Ancestry and Family Search.
Okay.
So from that document, it told us that your family has some Norwegian ties.
Indeed.
You are 100% Norwegian.
Indeed.
Really?
Really?
Yeah, and so
how did he know that? Yeah. How is that possible?
By playing identity politics.
I guess so.
He's a big-headed dope like other Norwegians.
It gets bandied about, but the idea, when you talk about white privilege, the idea of just saying that we should all be able to walk through society like me, this white Norwegian from Minneapolis, that we should all be able to walk through American society in that way. Wouldn't that be nice if that were the case? But you really, really have to achieve, because I don't pretend to have any sense of the experience of other people as they walk through American society, but I'm aware of my limitations in that regard. Pete Hegseth is not only not aware of his limitations in that regard, he's bathing in it. He's bragging about his lack of awareness of those limitations. But a nice way to start your morning on Fox and Friends.